Allegedly True Cabin in the Woods Horror Stories, YouTube, English. When I was just a 13-year-old, a chilling tale unfurled. A sinister shadow loomed over the friendship I held dear. For in those days, my closest companion bore the name Aidan. He was a few years my senior, yet proximity bound our fates together. With our houses standing side by side, our neighborhood was a desolate place, inhabited mostly by the elderly, leaving Aidan and me with scant playmates. Thus, we often ventured into the eerie depths of the night, playing games beneath the watchful moon, a time when the internet held no sway over our young souls. Our favorite pursuit was a twisted version of hide and seek, one shrouded in darkness. A forbidden flashlight became the hunter's only ally, an ever-present beacon that betrayed their position relentlessly. The hunted, on the other hand, had the advantage of knowing the hunter's whereabouts, turning the nocturnal pursuit into a spine-tingling dance of terror. It was a game that thrived on fear, with boundaries extending deep into the nearby woods, where shadows whispered sinister secrets. One fateful night, it was my turn to be the hunted. Aidan and I, craving an extra thrill, dared to extend our battleground to the heart of the foreboding woods. Driven by youthful bravado, I ventured deeper than ever before. The inky blackness engulfed me, the moon's feeble glow offering little respite. Soon, all traces of civilization vanished, leaving me utterly blind. My journey led me to a forsaken cabin, an abandoned husk in the heart of the woods, a perfect sanctuary, or so I believed. I climbed creaky stairs to an upper room, peering out a solitary window that connected me to my distant home, now obscured by the oppressive darkness. Time stretched like molasses, and then I spotted Aidan. Yet, this was no game, for he had betrayed our pact. His flashlight remained dormant, a beacon of deception. He drew nearer, his footfalls crunching leaves in the night. I watched as his silhouette approached, only to disappear from my window's view, his presence confirmed by the echo of footsteps below. Then, the horrifying truth unfurled before my eyes. The figure outside was not Aidan. It was an interloper, a malevolent presence creeping up the stairs. A cold sweat drenched my trembling form as the dreaded click of a weapon signaled doom's approach. In the deafening silence, the bedroom door creaked open, revealing a set of massive boots, distinctly unbelonging to Aidan. Paralyzed with fear, I took refuge under the nearest bed. The intruder hesitated, a gun held menacingly. An eternity passed before the intruder retreated, leaving me shaken but unharmed. Seizing the opportunity, I fled through the window and sprinted, fueled by raw terror. Footsteps pursued me, but I dared not look back. Eventually, Aidan's flashlight found me, his voice declaring victory, oblivious to the true menace that had pursued me. As we reached my house, Aidan's elation turned to dread. He had seen the malevolent pursuer behind me, a revelation that sent shivers down our spines. We recounted the harrowing tale to my parents, downplaying the horror to protect their fragile peace. The authorities searched the cabin and the woods, but the enigmatic predator remained elusive. From that night onward, our parents forbade us from venturing into those cursed woods, a decree that brought relief rather than disappointment. This nightmarish ordeal scarred me profoundly, though I can only assume it affected Aidan in a similar manner. The cabin remained a forbidden relic of our past, and the identity of that malevolent presence remains shrouded in darkness. Several months ago, on my second wedding anniversary, my wife and I embarked on a journey into the snowy depths of the Wyoming mountains. Secluded in a cabin nestled amidst the wilderness, our idyllic retreat soon turned sinister. The cabin was a picturesque haven, far from civilization, accessible only via a remote private road. The nearest dwelling was a mile away, a solitude that initially felt comforting. However, it came at the cost of cell phone reception. We spent our first night cozied by the fireplace, relishing the isolation. As night deepened, we decided to bask in the hot tub on the back porch, serenaded by the snowy silence. It was then that I realized my swim trunks were forgotten in the car, parked up front. In my haste to retrieve them, I stumbled upon fresh boot prints etched in the snow. They meandered from the forest's heart to a living room window, defying logic. No knocks, no polite approach, just a haunting trail of footsteps. We hurriedly messaged the cabin's owner, inquiring about any unexpected visitors. 30 agonizing minutes yielded no response, and our fear grew with each passing second. Without further ado, we made our way back to the cabin, silently praying it was all a benign misunderstanding. We returned to the cabin, eerily quiet and still. My wife and I were wary, our unease escalating. We decided to retire for the night, but rest eluded me. At 3 a.m., a subtle disturbance shattered the silence, a faint thud against the bedroom window. I attributed it to falling snow, but seconds later, the noise amplified. With trepidation, I cracked open the curtains, revealing fresh footprints beneath the window. I gripped my phone, its flashlight illuminating the eerie tracks that led to an ominous figure lurking in the shadows. Fear gripped my heart as I shut the window, the enigmatic intruder still haunting my thoughts. The footsteps vanished into the night, and the cabin remained in a sinister hush. Gathering our courage, we packed hastily, determined to leave this ominous place. As I reversed the car out of the driveway, my wife screamed. My gaze shot toward her, and there, by the cabin, stood the figure, an indistinct specter. I accelerated, my heart racing, and the sinister observer followed our escape. We regained cell service and messaged the cabin owner, who promised to investigate. Our holiday was cut short, and the memory of that menacing presence still haunts our dreams. The cabin remains an enigma, a place we dare not revisit. One night, etched in my memory, I was on the precipice of adulthood. A mere week from my 18th birthday, it was a balmy late summer night, the clock striking 2 a.m. In the company of two friends, Jacob and Stephen, we saw excitement beyond the confines of Stephen's basement, where our youth's indiscretions had worn thin. With boredom as our catalyst, we ventured into the obsidian void. Jacob, our guide, claimed knowledge of a teenage gathering spot, a secluded lake deep within the ominous forest neighboring our homes. Armed with aging flashlights, we ventured forth. The journey was arduous, the forest concealing its secrets well. Upon arrival, our hopes were dashed. The supposed hotspot was devoid of life, Frustration and ennui gripped us, and we decided to explore further, tracing the circumference of the lake in search of companions. It was there, on the opposite shore, that we stumbled upon an eerie, desolate cabin, seemingly abandoned by humanity. Our curiosity overcame apprehension as we approached the decaying structure. We entered the forsaken cabin, our creaking footsteps echoing through the dusty rooms. The air was thick with the scent of age. An eerie silence enveloped us. Abandoned relics of the past lay strewn about, their histories shrouded in mystery. We sifted through the forgotten possessions when a faint sound from below jolted us into an unnerving stillness. The wooden door to the cabin creaked open ominously, and our hearts collectively skipped a beat. Fear gripped us as a gravelly voice pierced the silence. "I know you're up there." The words hung in the air like a sinister incantation. A chill ran down our spines, and our breaths caught in our throats. Petrified, we exchanged apprehensive glances, our eyes wide with dread. Jacob, the first to confront the reality of our perilous situation, signaled us to huddle in a small closet tucked in the corner of the room. We slipped inside, closing the door silently, our hearts pounding like a primal drumbeat. Outside, the footsteps of the intruder ascended the creaking stairs and approached the entrance of the room. Every breath we took seemed deafening, and time itself seemed to stand still. The intruder's voice echoed once more. "I can hear you." We remained motionless, hoping beyond hope that our hiding place would shield us from the malevolent gaze of the interloper. The closet door inched open, revealing only darkness within. The intruder continued to search the room, moving objects with careless abandon. Then, the closet door creaked open further, and a sliver of moonlight filtered in. Fear gnawed at our souls as the door inched open, revealing our trembling forms. Stephen, closest to the door, acted on instinct, pushing the intruder with all his might, sending him crashing to the ground. In a flurry of panic, we fled down the stairs and out of the accursed cabin, our footsteps echoing our frantic escape. We didn't stop running until we reached the safety of Stephen's house. In the basement, we huddled together, our faces pale, our thoughts racing. The truth slowly unfolded as Stephen revealed that, in the chaos of the moment, he had glimpsed the intruder drop a small handgun to the floor. The gravity of our encounter weighed heavily upon us, leaving us shaken to our core. We concluded that the intruder could not have been the cabin's inhabitant, for the place appeared utterly abandoned. The enigmatic man had materialized from the darkness, a harbinger of terror we could not comprehend. Though we remained close friends in the years that followed, we vowed never to return to that accursed corner of the forest. The memory of that fateful night haunted our dreams, a reminder of how close we had come to a sinister fate. And so, that night, as we ventured into the unknown, we narrowly escaped the clutches of an inexplicable evil, leaving us with questions that would forever remain unanswered.